Hello, it's May 10th, 2019, and I'm here at the John G. Diefenbaker Building of Global Affairs Canada. Now, those people that follow foreign policy will know the Lester B. Pearson Building right across the Rideau River here, which is the principal headquarters of Global Affairs. In the Harper years, though, the federal government acquired this building from the city of Ottawa, added it to then Foreign Affairs, and named it after a Conservative Prime Minister. Now, the current leader of the Conservative Party this week issued a very important foreign policy statement about the vision that he would bring to Canada's role in the world if he's elected as Prime Minister in October, just a few months away. And I think it's an excellent contribution to the international debate inside Canada, because it frames issues in ways, first of all, that are relatable to people across the political spectrum, and then also that demarcates the Conservative position from the Liberal position in three particular countries: the United States, China, and Israel. Now, where I think there's some consensus across Canada that the Scheer vision will tap into is a recognition that over the last few years the world's become a much more divisive and much more conflictual place, and that places some real pressure on Canada that we can't just continue on as we have for several decades, that there needs to be some fundamental rethinking. And secondly, a proposal where we should be headed towards, which is some greater coordination between democracies in the face of rising authoritarianism. There, I think, there may be some people who disagree, but most Canadians, I think, will probably be with them. Where he distinguishes his positions from those of the current government, of the Liberals of Justin Trudeau. I mean, there's a lot of partisan hotshots in there as he's throwing some red meat to the base. But he does get into some significant policy differences, which I think are helpful for you, the voter, that will have to choose between these visions in October of 2019. On the United States, he doesn't get into the debate whether we should be closer or more distant from the U.S. He cites a specific initiative, which is strategic defense, missile defense, and argues that we should coordinate in that particular initiative. And I think that's a very clever framing, proxy for an overall approach to the United States, and one that I think Canadians then can sink their teeth into. Second, on China, he observes that China's taken a much more hostile approach to Canada in the last year, and that argues that this is likely to be permanent, or at least a long-lasting relationship of tension, and that we should acknowledge that and adopt a much tougher attitude towards China. After years and years of seeking greater trade and investment, he argues that there should be a recognition of the fundamentally different values and interests that the Chinese government has. Again, very useful framing so that Canadians can then decide, when it comes to these two really important major powers in the world, the United States and China, where should Canada position ourselves? We've got different visions now on the table. On Israel, it's a bit more of an unusual choice. If you're trying to define Canada's international relations around democracies, there's potentially many democracies in the world that you can then highlight as ones that we should really be doubling down on. And of course, all parties in Canada, I believe, support Israel's stability and security and applaud its democracy. It seems a more unusual choice to really focus on Israel, particularly given some changes in Israeli policy recently towards the peace process and changes in the Trump administration. So that, I think, might be a more divisive one among the Canadian electorate. But it is the electorate that makes the decision at the end of the day. The Conservative leader has now laid out a vision. There'll be a contrast with the Prime Minister who will lay out the Liberal vision. We look forward to a vision from the NDP and Jagmeet Singh, so that in October you get to choose which role Canada should take: the Conservative version, the Liberal version, or an NDP version. And the debate has been enjoyed.